Hello and welcome to the Hespect MMA podcast, where we cover MMA's hottest headlines, fight card bouts, fighter drama, discuss fight predictions, media giants, and basically all things MMA related. Made by fans, for the fans. This is your host, Hespectful Keith, and I'd love for you to come and join me here, often visited by special guest and best friend of mine, codenamed Throb Lowe, as we share our memories, takes, and opinions on the frequently changing landscape that is MMA. Now, without further ado, let's MMA and chill. Check the mic, 1, 2. Let's say the brain.
Yeah, check the Michael Johnson.
Check
Third fight from the top.
Freaking Michael Johnson. I remember when I first saw his name, I got confused because I was like, Michael Jordan? Magic Johnson? I was like, is this a basketball player?
Yeah. Random comment, but Magic Johnson wasted the world's greatest porn name on a basketball career.
Yeah, man. I'm so clueless when it comes to other sports.
No. Hockey is the big thing at my work, and I just kind of nod along and give very vague responses to make it seem like I have an idea of what they're talking about.
No, I just tell my coworkers, they're like, you watch baseball? Nope. You watch hockey? No, I don't really watch that stuff. I like combat sports, and they're like, oh, I just walk off.
Yeah, I know. I've done that a few times at work. It's weird though. One of the younger guys is actually in boxing.
Oh, like at your work?
Yeah. He's been there longer than me, right out of high school, but he's only like mid-20s right now, and he apparently trains regularly at some kind of gym, or he did before the lockdown.
Snap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I mentioned the UFC and boxing every now and then. As soon as I heard about that, I was like, oh shit, maybe there's someone to talk to around here.
Yeah.
I try to throw out a little, mention about this and that here and there, but I've been there for 3 years. He hasn't responded in any way, so I'll just let it fade.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters aren't really like actually fans of the sport. They just do it because they're good.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird, but okay. I mean, Dustin Poirier said himself he doesn't really enjoy it as much, but he's good at it.
Yeah, he doesn't
his
enjoy
job,
the
right?
process anymore. Yeah. He just likes the whole fighting part.
Yeah.
Like he's like everything else.
I mean, I imagine doing a camp 2, 3, maybe even 4 times a year isn't fun, right? I can't imagine what weight cutting is like.
Yeah, because then you have to like max your body out.
Yeah.
That's basically throughout the year.
Yeah, you're revving your engine nonstop from weeks to months at a time, and then you get, a few weeks to rest while you're recovering from physical injuries.
I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
They briefly mentioned something about the worst positions to be in MMA. And what about for you? Like, out of all the fights you remember, who do you think had like the shit end of a position during the fight?
Oh man. God damn. You remember years and years ago when we were just getting into MMA, and that one thing you showed me, I forget what it's called, where, you have them against the cage and they're on their knees and you grab their wrist from behind, right? So you have open range to basically just feed them shots.
People are calling that the Dagestani handcuff nowadays because
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going for. I remember, I don't know who it was, but Khabib had that wrist 100% locked up, and he was just feeding shots. It was earlier in his career.
Yeah.
It was UFC run, but I specifically remember how defenseless that guy was. He couldn't get up. He couldn't defend. He wasn't even out. He was just getting punched in the face until the ref stopped it.
Yeah. Turned him into a bobblehead.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get that wrist locked up, you're basically free reign, and he's going to do something drastic and put himself in an even worse position, right?
Yeah, especially along the fence, right? Because they have to try and walk the fence, but then they have that arm tied up. So,
so they can't even
put a hand up.
They can't even put an elbow on the fence to try and balance themselves as they push forward, right?
Yeah. We'll have to find out which fight that was again. We have to look back.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what they said, though?
What?
Okay, so you remember how Kimbo fought in the Ultimate Fighter?
Oh yeah,
You remember when he fought Roy Nelson?
yeah.
Nelson got that mounted crucifix on him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They said that's the worst position. Having Roy Nelson on you, his belly in your face, mounted crucifix.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the worst ones. One of the other ones was way early days of UFC. I think it might have been a Gracie when he got that guy in a full crucifix and he ended up feeding him like 10 elbows.
Oh crap! I think so. Wait, like one of those really old fights,
Yeah,
right?
really. Before UFC 1, Bonner Griffin?
Yeah, yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, a full crucifix like that with the rules they had back then. I mean,
Oh,
that's a
didn't
lot of
the guy
elbows.
like he went out, right? And he
Yeah, he
was
was
like,
literally his whole body
"Oh
was just
man,
like
yeah, I remember
shaking
now."
because of the motion of elbow.
Yeah, I just cringed, man. That one was
Yeah,
brutal.
that
I just remembered that one.
yeah, the crucifix is not fun. I mean,
Hmm
either way, you got Roy Nelson sitting on you.
His belly in your face. I kind of remember Kimbo like seeing a clip of him, like, "Oh fuck." Okay. So, anyways, what's going on, everybody? Hespectful Keith and Throb Lowe here. We're gonna take a look at some key matches on UFC Vegas 18. Alistair Overeem, the Demolition Man, versus Alexander Volkov.
He doesn't get a cool intro.
Sorry, I'm still kind of new on him. I mean, I've seen all his fights. He's awesome. Freaking his stamina, and he's a huge guy, like a Stefan Struve for the division.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a veteran and a champion level fighter. It's
Yeah,
just,
but you're telling me he's from Bellator, right?
yeah, he did. He had a stint in Bellator where he won the belt for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Okay.
sure if or how many times he defended it, but
Yeah. Well, we'll look that over in a bit. I'm excited to go over that, but first, I wanted to go back to the fallout of Poirier versus McGregor too, because people are still talking about it.
yeah, I
And,
mean,
you know,
Connor is Connor, right? People are not gonna not talk about Connor. I've been talking about Connor nonstop.
yeah, man. Just like there's a bunch of people saying, "Oh, this version, that version, Connor, blah blah blah." But it's true. Like he has been changing like a lot. He's not as disrespectful. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's got his kids. He was he. If you've seen my IG post, he admitted, yeah, he was looking forward to Manny Pacquiao,
hmm
and he was trying to use Dustin Poirier as a stepping stone, and he deserved to get his leg kicked. He
yeah,
said that.
yeah. I saw that statement he did after a while.
hmm So like the picture of the lightweight division, because like even though it's been over a weekend, we had a weekend without fights. We're still talking about it, and it's a big picture with a lot of cogs. Uh, did you hear about Dustin? He wants, or he was heard saying that he wants Charles and Chandler to maybe just duke it out for the belt, and then he'll sit back and get the winner.
Yeah,
Or did he say for the belt?
I heard a few things. I mean, I heard about that he wants, or he said, if Dustin, or sorry, not Dustin, Chandler and Oliveira want to, duke it out and decide that's the eliminator, he'll wait around. But I also saw
Mhm.
this one post about him, just a single sentence, we're going to do it a third time.
With Connor.
Yeah, and I don't know if that means right away or like, does he want to include Connor in his next title fight? Because, I mean, as of right now, Dustin has the most pull in the division. He's the clear number one contender, right?
Yeah, uncrowned champ.
Yeah. He's the only thing that's stopping him is it's vacant, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's going to pick Connor, get that payday, finish out the trilogy, get a belt all in the process, or if he's just going to sit for a while and see what everyone else does before he makes his move. It's a very confusing time.
It's gonna be BS if it's for the belt, though, man.
I
I am
agree.
anti-trilogy belt. Screw that, man. Look, Connor's
Yeah.
like, how many losses has he had?
I mean, Connor is Connor, right? Obviously, but factually, Connor is 0-2 over 4 years at lightweight and 1-2
Yeah.
overall. With his only win in the last 4 years being, all due respect to Cowboy, an unranked opponent in another weight class.
Yeah, and stylistically, I mean, Cowboy's a slow starter. We all know this.
Yeah, and
I mean,
Connor's a
Connor comes out the first round.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Tailor made.
yeah, tailor-made comeback fight for him.
Yeah. So wait, do you approve of what Dustin's saying? Do you think like no, go for Charles? Like, why aren't you guys fighting? Why you guys sit back and make these contenders fight?
The fight I want is Dustin and Charles. That's the fight
Yeah.
I want. But if Dustin decides, I mean, it's a tough spot. That's the one I want. But if Dustin wants to wait a while, make Connor work his way back up, and let them eliminate one or the other, I'm okay with that. Or I'm more okay with that than the idea of Connor getting a free title shot.
Okay. Now, I was listening to one of the pods at work, and one of the interviews had Michael Chandler, and he was saying that he's actually on a collision course with Justin Gagey. How do you like that one?
Oh man, I'd absolutely love that one.
That's superb. They're both from Bellator, right? Or is Gagey from?
No, yeah, Gagey was from WSOF.
Oh yeah, before they went into the PFL, right?
Yeah, before they changed.
Yeah, that's an explosive one. Those guys get after it.
Yeah, like Gagey, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like Michael Chandler is very small for the division. He's 5'6", I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean those leg kicks. If he throws a leg kick and it gets checked the wrong way by a guy as stocky and powerful as Chandler, it could be a bad night for Gagey.
Yeah, he can get taken down.
Yeah.
I would like to see if that's a lot of X factors there, right?
Yeah.
Like, can Chandler take the shots? Will he avoid the kicks?
Yeah.
Will Gagey get the kicks? Will he get taken down? Can he get back up?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's a very tough one because Chandler's his whole shtick is his wrestling, right? And how well he mixes it in with his power striking.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Gagey is a wrestler too. And
yeah, so
you don't know how well he's going to take him down.
Yeah, well, Gagey never goes for a takedown; he just defends.
Yeah,
or
no,
are
I
you
mean,
talking about
Chandler. I mean,
okay.
I don't expect Justin to do that.
He just throws it all out the window.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. So, say they make Poirier and Oliveira, Gagey, Chandler. You down for Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 3? Is it time?
Yeah, I'm down.
Nate Diaz be calling out Poirier. What about that? Is it no?
I don't know.
I've gone too long.
I'll always be a fan of the Diaz brothers, but Nate's making it a little difficult lately. He's talking a lot of shit on the internet, and he's not signing any papers.
I know.
I just want to see him fight, man. Stop teasing us. Just pick someone already.
Yeah, Tony was talking smack to him.
That's one I saw that earlier today. I would absolutely love. I think Nate said 170, and if Tony wants to move up just for that one fight, then yeah, I'd like that one.
I would like to see that too. Yeah. Let's see Tony move up. There was a time where he's like, I can make lightweight, but I got the frame of a middleweight, as if he was like referring to what he might do in the future. I mean, he's how old now? He's pretty old now, isn't he? Mid-30s?
Yeah,
so
about there. I think he's about there. 34.
So I don't know if he's interested in moving up. I think his style is like just so unique. He can give anyone problems, right? If he's like the best version of himself on that night.
Yeah.
Obviously he's not. He's been outskilled by two other guys who just, they seem to have his number, but there's a lot of interesting matches up there for him. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially if Nate Diaz wants to intro you, that's one of the biggest fights you can get as far as namesake goes.
Yeah, and poking around is RDA. Where do you think he fits into us? Where could you throw him at that point? You got all those guys lined up together.
I'm pretty sure he wants to stay at lightweight, though, doesn't he?
You mean welterweight?
No, RDA, right?
Yeah. No, he wants to stay at lightweight.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I'm not. What was his last fight? But Yeah, he's I think he's 7th in the rankings now. So Dan Hooker just lost. Maybe that's an option. Yeah, thank God he didn't decide to retire. Thank God.
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering what was happening there. He pulled a Paul Felder.
Yeah, man. That was a
He
tense
pulled a Gus.
couple days. Yeah, so one more question, I guess. Where does Kevin Lee fit into all of this?
Man, he said he was going to take a while off. He had a really
Yeah.
tough situation there. I mean, early on, really early on in his career, when I saw him fight, it's one of those situations where this guy has everything he needs to be a great champion. He's just got to put the puzzle
Everyone was
together
saying it.
somehow, right?
Yeah, and you know what? He's still super young.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of people don't recognize.
He's got a
How
large
old is he? I
record.
think he's like. I don't even think he's 30 yet.
No,
I think he's still in his 20s, late 20s.
hold on. Oh yeah, he's 28 right now. That's even if he takes a year or two, maybe 3 off. I mean, mid 2020 was his
He's
last
far
fight.
from his prime.
Yeah, and considering his last, oh man, I'm looking at it right here. His last 4 losses, dating back 6 years, are Ferguson, Iaquinta, RDA, and Oliveira. That's some stiff competition.
Yeah, he's faced nothing but sharks. He's
Yeah,
still a young dude.
yeah,
Is Charles is older than him then, right? Because
yeah.
he's just 28. Charles is 31. Oh my gosh. So Lee hasn't even hit his
Man,
prime.
the lightweight division is
Hopefully.
it's got some stock moving forward.
Yeah. But I have to say, man, like after seeing what Dustin did and where he's at now and looking at his past, he's a thing. He's the toughest guy at 155.
Yeah,
Like I hate to say it.
he's the best. Without Khabib in the picture, he's absolutely, the dude.
Yeah, like I hate to say it because, I'm all about the Tony time, right? Until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like looking back at his resume and in his future matches, his opponents should consider that they got to get him out of there right away.
Yeah.
You can't go into who's tougher battle with
No,
him.
no.
He's gonna win the tough guy competition.
Yeah,
all the damn
he's
time.
absolutely going. He's such a nice guy too, but you close that door behind him, he's literally just someone who's gonna take it right to you for 25 minutes and not let you execute your game. Barring Khabib.
Yeah, because Khabib smashes.
Yeah,
Yeah, have you ever seen him beside DC? They look like they're the same size.
Yeah.
Man. How much does this guy cut?
I imagine the whole camp is just a process of strict, diet, hydration, and what kind of workouts they're doing to gradually get it down.
Yeah, no kidding. His cut with Dustin, they had pictures of him like praying on the floor and stuff. He looked really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. I don't know what he gets up to after the cut, but
I remember
that dude is huge.
Yeah, I remember. I don't even remember where it was. It's so vague. It was like a YouTube video or something where Khabib's. I don't know if it was one of his dad, or one of his coaches or training partners or something, were saying maybe he walks into the octagon 25, 30 pounds heavier. Pre-USADA, early days of his career.
185. Oh, where they can use an IV,
Yeah,
right?
IV and everything. No, yeah, not pre-USADA, but the pre-IV ban. He was literally like walking into the fight 2, maybe even 3, close to 3 weight classes above.
He's a middleweight.
Yeah. I mean, he's 5'10". You put him next to Kamaru Usman, they'll look the same.
Yeah, and he's lean too, bro. That's the thing. It's all muscle.
He just loves what he does,
crazy.
Man. He's gonna keep training. He won't even have a fight for 10 years, and he can still probably beat most of the guys.
Well, good, man. That guy's a monster.
Yeah, he GSP'd his way on out of here.
Yeah. Love it, though. Love it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's awesome.
29-0. It's not only the best record possible or best record out there, but it's also the biggest tease in history.
I know, right? Like, you want to see someone that tested him, but who can?
Yeah.
Who can, right?
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
Khabib said he's waiting for someone to give him a reason. As far as the hypothetical matches at lightweight, what
Yeah.
reason could you see for him coming back?
Just the legacy fight with GSP.
That's it? I mean, GSP's 41, 42 now. That's not happening.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that, but look when he came back against Michael Bisping. Even I didn't even give him a chance. I was like, Michael Bisping's too big. GSP can't take
He's
him down.
active. He's in better shape. I
You remember the
was right
sorry.
there with you, man.
Yeah, you remember the clip of Robert Whitaker after the finish? Robert Whitaker was like, "What the hell is going on? GSP just submitted Bisping."
Yeah.
And he had a hard it was becoming hard for him in that second round, man, because Bisping did more damage from the bottom than GSP did on top after he got that takedown.
Yeah.
GSP sneaky, man. The camera caught it too. He was like pulling at Bisping shorts when he was taking him down.
Yeah, was he?
Sneaky GSP.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's a fight, man. It's normal.
He's pre-USADA stuff, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. He's the one that got them to bring him in.
Yeah.
So
It's like
some people don't even know
it's
that.
like how Michael Jordan says the game isn't the same today, right? The rules are different. You can't even breathe on a guy without getting fouled out. Even though it's only like what 6-7 years ago that GSP's been gone.
Yeah, I think maybe if Khabib went up to him, maybe if GSP didn't cut too much weight,
yeah,
maybe they meet at 165.
Yeah, I mean,
but the UFC would never go for it.
No, they'd. Yeah, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
But while listening to those pods, if we can go back to Dustin, because on one of the pods they mentioned that he kind of has weird striking,
Who?
which I kind of agree with.
Dustin? Oh, Dustin?
Yeah, like you ever notice once he's going in for the kill, he kind of like his head stabilizes and like he just swings his shoulders and his whole torso and his waist.
Yeah.
But he keeps his head stable as he stares at the target.
I know. It's like I don't know.
It's like a chicken or a pigeon.
Yeah, something.
You know how they walk?
Yeah, it's like he's not punching. It's like he's placing his fist on your face really hard.
Yeah, exactly. Because some guys, when they throw, they also move their head.
Yeah, they get the whole body motion going, right?
Yeah, and it's not to say he doesn't have striking defense. Like, he does have some head movement and parries and blocks and shoulder rolls.
Yeah.
But when he has someone hurt, or if he decides this is a good time to go for it, he really he focuses in and he just turns his whole torso and his head just stays still as he stares down his target. I'm making weird sounds as I talk because
you're trying to
emulate the motion.
Yeah, you're trying to feel it.
Yeah. This is an audio only podcast, people. So I gotta explain to you why I sound like this.
You know, also kind of does the same thing. I think you just posted something recently. God, who was it? I can't get it. Almeida versus.
Oh, should go Sean one man.
Yeah. He's one guy I really had high hopes for, but after a couple UFC fights, when he started his loss streak, it became pretty obvious that his head, 95% of the fight, is on a straight line and never moves. So he's very hittable. And
yeah, he's
Dustin added those other things, right? I think that's one major thing he's got to work on.
He's tall and he's super fast and technical, but yeah, where that's it's give and take, right? Where that's 110, his head movement is really low. The score is really low, Yeah, so he definitely needs to work on that, and he needs to work on either checking kicks or avoiding them.
Yeah. And
Listen, I don't mean to bash on him, but I'm slowly kind of realizing he's maybe not that nerdy kid that all the other nerdy kids look to as the fighting hero for them. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, I mean I've been paying a little more attention, and he's not really handling the spotlight well, and it's barely even a spotlight.
Yeah, he's saying like super controversial things, and he says it with seriousness, but it's like sometimes it just leaves you wondering like what is his
Yeah,
angle?
like
Does he want to be a heel or is he a good guy? Because he came out a good guy, and now he's kind of like slowly turning into a
yeah, and
heel.
how much of it is an act, right? Like especially in MMA, everyone eventually gets figured out. You know, if you're not the person you are presenting yourself to be to the fans, eventually people are going to figure that out. Like I don't want to single anyone out, but as far as I'm aware, John Jones and TJ Dillashaw are huge alpha male douchebags.
I was waiting for you to
Yeah.
say that first name
Same with
as you were
what's it
explaining it.
called? Who is it? I've heard a few things. Obviously, these are just gym stories you hear, around the internet. But Matt Hughes is apparently like that too.
Yeah, I hear it in the comments too. Apparently, like he bullies training partners, or maybe used
Maybe
to. I
he's
don't know
just
if he
so
still
good
trains
that
today.
his sparring is dominant.
Yeah, but they say for success, maybe that is
Yeah, I
necessary.
mean,
That kind of attitude,
I
but
would
maybe
be
not.
completely okay if someone was a douchebag and that's who they were. More so than if you're
Yeah,
regularly a normal dude, but you're acting like a prick. That's kind of
yeah.
that's a,
Or like you're John, right? Like you're like praise Jesus, and then you
yeah,
do cocaine, smoke weed, and get into
yeah.
a
Like
car
like
accident.
obviously there's a business aspect to it. Conor McGregor is probably the biggest example of that. Ronda Rousey, I remember she kind of got pushed into her feud with Misha Tate.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, there's definitely a business aspect of it, and you have to have, something extra to make it to the level of the Rondas and the Brocks and the Connors. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's all about execution, I feel. Ronda was always, the early prototype kind of thing. Brock was just a massive, aggressive human being. And Connor executed everything perfectly. Every, one-liner, every zinger,
Yeah,
every post pre conference, all the interviews.
and the
Yeah, I
predictions,
mean the
man.
fact that he followed through on basically everything. I mean he had like 6, 7 knockouts in a row, I think.
Yeah, intangibles, man.
Yeah.
Intangibles. Fighter intangibles. That's what it is. Anyways, let's take a look at the head of those prelims on the Overeem
Oh
Volkov
yeah.
card. Yeah, so that I'm talking about Michael the Menace Johnson versus Clay the Carpenter Guida.
Nice.
Yo, man, these guys are absolute
Yeah.
throwbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Michael Johnson, he's been in the UFC for over a decade now, 11 years.
Oh.
He's from Tough 12, GSP versus Josh
Oh
Koscheck, man.
yeah.
I
That's
remember
old.
that. I don't want to lose to a French guy who speaks like a robot. Fucking Josh Koscheck.
Yeah, that won't fly today, man.
Oh my god. Freaking GSP, so many people made fun of him for the way he
Yeah.
talks.
And then they got beat up.
Uh, even Bisping, man. What do you see, GSP? Do you see a strategy to beat me? Holy fuck. Clay Guida, though, he's from the WEC. And then he went into the UFC in 2006, right? After they
Yeah.
absorbed the promotion like Majin Buu,
Yeah.
UFC. Freaking Johnson, man. You know? He has all the physical attributes that I think would be in a world champion,
Yeah.
right? Fast hands, good hands. It's like a boxer, but he has good kickboxing. Nice weather today, people.
Not for us. It's fucking minus 30 something. It's like
Oh,
40,
cold days in
50K winds.
Winnipeg. There's like no snow here. There's like about 3 centimeters of snow on the
Damn,
ground.
that's literally the exact opposite. We got like half a foot yesterday.
Zooming back. What's up, people? Just had a little intermission there. That was my dad. His name's Edwin Bernardo. He's an OG
Yeah. He built that one,
from the
one
Philippines.
that hovercraft in that Jackie Chan movie.
Oh yeah, should share that
Yeah.
story. So my dad was actually a part of the production of the hovercraft thing that went on the beach and
Yeah,
stuff,
through
right?
the city or
If memory's a
something.
little
Yeah, it's been a while. Rumble in the Bronx, I think, was what movie it was.
Rumble in the Bronx. Showed me a picture and
Man,
everything. I searched it on the internet. I was like,
I
"That's
gotta
it."
run through some Jackie Chan movies again. It's been a while.
Yeah, man, that guy's a legend. So sad that he's not doing his old thing
Yeah, I
anymore.
mean he's like, I don't know. I don't know how old he is. There's not a point in my life that I don't remember Jackie Chan being awesome. Like, as soon as I
Yeah,
was old
man,
enough to
love
see
Jackie.
the movies the VHS tapes my parents were renting, Jackie Chan's name was on them.
Yeah, same here, man. We had all of them, all the Rush Hours. Goddamn Jackie
Yeah,
Chan.
everything was going fine right up until he made that Tuxedo movie.
Mm-hmm. But back to Johnson though. Yeah, we were saying he has good kickboxing, right? Whips. He has good
Yeah,
kicks too, right? When he hits, brings that slap sound.
yeah,
But for some reason, he could never like make a good title run.
yeah. It's not even. It wasn't
Like,
ever even just one thing, right? It's not like he was leaving himself open and getting knocked out every time. It's not like he was
yeah,
losing decisions because his cardio is bad or because he was too late or early a starter. It was just,
he just had an off
yeah, it
night.
seemed to have. I think it might be some kind of mental block, or maybe he's holding himself back somehow because there's a lot of fighters where Kevin Lee is another example. They have every
Yeah,
asset
one of
they
those
need to
guys.
be a champion, right? But there's just some piece of the puzzle that
Something
they haven't
not.
figured out yet. They got to put it all together somehow.
Yeah, man. Like this guy took out my boy Ferguson. He took out
Oh
Dustin.
yeah,
He took out Barbosa. It's just like, but he couldn't make anything off
yeah.
of
And
that
I
after
mean,
that.
even
Like
going
this,
back, I mean, 2013, Joe Lozon was a big threat.
yeah, he took out
Yeah,
Lozon too, right?
Gleason
Yeah,
Tebow,
man.
Melvin Gillard, Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, man. He got some
Yeah,
good wins, and it's just like it's weird that he never got into that upper
yeah,
echelon. Yeah, and then you got Guida, right? He's just like that guy that's just been hanging around in the
yeah.
jungle
He's
all
he's
day.
literally like
You go into the
Rambo.
jungle, you're gonna meet like
Instead of going home to his family and his friends and the rest of his life, he's like, nah, no, I'm gonna just fight this fight for the rest of my life.
yeah, man. Like looking at his record too, he's had a rough 10 years, full of ups and downs,
Yeah,
right? I think he hit his prime like 15 years
yeah,
ago, right? 15 years ago, I noticed he was on top of a 15 fight win streak, right? Even though it wasn't UFC, it's still
yeah,
incredible to beat 15
yeah,
guys in a row, right? And for 12 of them, they were finishes. So that's like, he's no joke. He wasn't a joke 15 years
yeah.
ago.
And I mean, even after that, he still put together some 2, 3, 4 fight winning streaks, right?
Yeah, and some
I don't
exciting
think
fights too,
he's
except for the Gray Maynard
looking
fight.
over right now. He's never gotten more than 2 losses in a row either.
Yeah, he's always been consistent.
Yeah,
He's a really smart
I mean,
game
he's
fighter.
he's another one of those names. We say it a lot. As soon as you see it on the card, that's more incentive to watch because at the very least, you're gonna get a highly technical match because of his experience.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you got Johnson, 3 loss kid, Guida, 2 loss kid. But this is a battle for two veterans, right? What do you make of the matchup, though?
I like the matchup. I mean,
Yeah.
Guida's he's very similar to Chandler, just not on the level. He's got good wrestling. He's very explosive with his striking. He mixes it together back and forth. The transitions pretty well. I
Hmm.
think I think if he can execute his fight and not let Michael Johnson have the distance, it may go his way,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not banking on that. Simply because
Yeah. How do you see the fight
I
playing out?
think probably Michael Johnson by, I don't know, either some kind of finish. I think the age gap, the wear and tear, things like that. I think
Mm-hmm.
Guida's just a little bit past his expiration date.
Yeah, Guido's 39 now, and he's yeah, his
55
resume
fights.
obviously he's been through the
Yeah, I
ringer,
mean,
right?
you never want to say
Johnson's 34.
someone has nothing left in them, but I mean, twice as many fights almost. Nearly
Yeah,
what, 5, 6 years older?
yeah, no, yeah, no
Yeah, not
disrespect
at all. I'm
to
just
Clay, man.
this is literally just one of those fights where I'm banking in, that extra spring in his step that Johnson might have, because Guida, when he won those back-to-back fights against Kosh and Lozon, I was actually very hopeful for him. I was like, oh man, I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to him mounting this comeback. But unfortunately, he was the
Yeah,
first.
making the
He was
title
the
fight.
first of 8 names on Oliveira's current run, and it just wasn't in the cards.
Hmm. Yeah, like Johnson, he's still pretty athletic,
Yeah,
right? As you said, he has pep in his step. Yeah, the pop in his shots are still there. Like Guida, obviously, he has cardio for
yeah,
days,
that's not an
but
issue. He's very durable too. I just think if things go south, I think the more readily available power that Johnson has comparatively. He's a much more bursty guy as far as
mhm.
his shots go, and I think he might catch Guida. If I was to bank on anything, I would say probably like a TKO punches, maybe second
Yeah, he's
second round.
fast. He's fast. Yeah, I think so too. Cause like Guida too, you never know which Guida you'll get, right? And we've seen a bunch of different Guidas.
Yeah,
Bulldog
yeah,
Guida, defensive Guida, wrestler Guida.
yeah,
But I think whatever Guida comes, Johnson will probably just be able to land hard and
yeah.
land
Like
early.
if he's whipping those kicks, they're gonna land somewhere on the upper knee, thigh, maybe the body, right? Like if Johnson's whipping
Yeah,
those kicks, and Guida's not quite as tall as him, so it's going to be a good distancing mechanism if he can get him out there.
yeah. So I predicted a KO slash TKO by Johnson. But what round did you pick?
I'm
I'll tell you my round.
thinking TKO second round. Oh,
Same
nice,
here. What the hell?
nice.
You'd be looking at my stat sheet.
Yeah, I got eyes.
I don't know. Yeah, but after that, you got Carlos Diego Ferreira versus Benil Dariush at 155. I don't really follow these guys, but basically this matchup is a fucking testament to how stacked the
Yeah, it
155 division
absolutely
is,
is. I
right?
mean, I don't even know if these guys are on the rank list right now. Are they? I mean,
They are. Carlos is 10th and Dariush is
okay,
13th.
yeah. I'm just looking over now.
Both guys are on win
Yeah,
streaks.
I've
Yeah.
always liked Benil Dariush. He's one of those guys where he's like a quiet, like a dark horse, right? He's unnoticed. He joined the
Hmm.
UFC a while ago, actually. It says here 2014. Yeah,
Yeah, and both guys are on huge winning streaks
yeah.
right
I remember when Dariush was on his first big win streak in the UFC, and I was like, oh man, this
now.
guy's really, really good.
Yeah, so him and Carlos actually fought before. Dariush got a unanimous decision over him. You ever see that fight?
Him and who? Dariush and
Carlos. They already fought before. This is a rematch.
oh damn, is it?
Yeah, Dariush beat him before.
Oh damn. No, I didn't know that. Oh wait, yeah,
Yeah, I hadn't seen the fight
me
myself, but
either.
yeah, when I noticed it, I was
Aldo
like,
Mendez too. It
damn,
says.
that's crazy. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
long fucking time
2014.
ago.
I mean, I'd much rather see a rematch this far in the making. I'm not a fan of instant
Yeah,
rematches. There's not enough time to grow. You're just preparing for what you just did, right? It's like sparring with someone for a while and then seeing what they're throwing and then fighting. Kind of. Obviously, it's not the same. But I'm more on the side of I'd rather have them fight a couple people or however many people before they come back to each other. That way they have their own way to see who actually grows more, who adds more to their game, who's more prepared by the time it comes around again.
Yeah, I'm thinking Carlos is probably like, I'm going to get you this time.
Carlos?
And
you mean Diego?
Dariush is like, it's time to steal the rink.
Diego Ferreira?
Carlos Diego Ferreira.
Okay, that's what's happening. I'm on SureDog right now, and the name that shows is Diego Ferreira. So, but then down here it says Carlos Diego Ferreira.
Yeah. So, Carlos's last and most significant win was actually over Pettis in January last year. That got him performance of the night with a fat chick.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
It's pretty crazy. I didn't get to see the fight myself. But looking in, Dariush's last win was also a fucking crazy spinning back fist KO on Scott.
Yeah, I definitely remember that one. He literally just kind of hit him with the forearm, knew he was out immediately, and kind of just walked away like, oh yeah, no big deal.
Epic, man, epic. Yeah, so both dudes seem pretty much primed out, right? Carlos is pushing the clock a bit. You know, he's at 36. Dariush is 31. They fought before. How do you think it plays out this time?
Honestly, I think it's Dariush. I'm not too familiar with Ferreira, but as far as Dariush goes, I've kept my eye on him for a very long time, and he's a very well-rounded fighter. And
yeah, super well-rounded. Carlos is more of a jiu-jitsu guy.
I think it's one of those fights where as long as Dariush is able to, avoid his wheelhouse, he may be able to pull out a win. If I was to call it, I'd probably say unanimous decision, Dariush.
Yeah, I picked the same. It's been about 7 years since they met, but I think it plays out the same way the first time they fought. They're both well-rounded. 155.
Another factor is, glossing over, the record, plus what you said, plus what little I remember, it looks like Dariush is, starting out as a submission specialist. Not Dariush, Ferreira, right? He may be in that, and then lately he's getting TKO wins and decision wins and things like that. He may be finding out he likes to knock people out, and he may be, going down the route of ignoring his trump card.
Well, that'd be a path to victory for him, obviously. But yeah, I also picked Dariush by decision. I just think he's been more active too as well. And as we've seen by the last card, activity matters.
Yeah, it does.
So, I think the whole "ring rust is real" quote by Dominic Cruz, maybe it just applies to Dominic Cruz.
Yeah,
maybe we should just visit that theory.
Yeah, you never know what's going on in the mind of a fighter too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Dominic Cruz is just, I don't know, I can't think of a reference to to think of Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz is his own reference, okay? We'll refer to mentally strong people as Dominic Cruz from now on.
Yeah, there's not many people as unique as Dominic freaking Cruz. So
the Dominator for sure.
He's my favorite fighter ever. Love that guy.
Yeah.
But this next fight, bro, I don't know if you looked into this. I had to look into it because spank me. I don't know. Wasn't familiar with the names. But this is a sleeper match. Like anybody who looks into this, they'll probably come to the conclusion that this fight deserves more attention. So it's Alexandre the Cannibal Pantoja versus Manel Prodigo Cap. He should have took the millennial nickname That's.
Is it
because he'd be like Manel That's Cap.
Isn't it Manel Cape? Manel Cape?
No, it's Cap.
Okay.
It's
okay.
Cap.
I don't want to e-game myself again.
No, it's all good because like I always go to John Anik's pod to make sure shit's
Yeah.
being pronounced right. He checks. Yeah, so they're flyweights, man. Alexandre, he's number 5. He's gonna put his rank on the line to this newcomer, Manel Cat. He's just debuting in the UFC, but if you check out his resume, this guy's already fought a who's
Yeah,
list of killers in Asia.
haven't even heard of this guy until just like a week or so ago when I saw the card, right? I mean, I'm looking
Yeah,
at it now. He's got
so
Kai Asakura. He's got Takeya
yeah,
Mizugaki.
he's got a win over him. He shared the ring with
Yeah.
Takeya. He's shared the ring with
Yeah,
Kyoji, right?
Nakamura, man, this guy's a prospect and a
Ian
half.
McCall. Yeah, and he's accomplished all of this by the age of 27. This guy's a young prospect. So yeah, he's got that high level Eastern experience. He's going to be coming over to the West. Or wait, is it in Abu Dhabi? It's probably in Abu Dhabi.
No, Apex.
Apex. Okay, so he's coming to
Yeah.
the West. So yeah, I'm excited. Not sure how to really
No,
predict
me
this
neither.
one.
I mean, I recognize Pantoja.
Yeah. I would have to do a little more study, but you know what? I'm gonna go for the new blood. I'm thinking Cap will probably either get a decision or a finish, but I don't really have a prediction as of right now.
I don't know enough about this guy. I feel like I probably should have seen his name right now if he's got this many wins. I mean, he's got back and forths with Horiguchi and Asakura. He's got Ian McCall on his list.
Yeah, man, he's
Yeah,
fought.
I mean, he seems like he came around
outs.
right at the right time and picked the right organization to get some really high level experience early on.
Yeah, which will either benefit him greatly or hopefully it's not a Sage Northcutt.
He doesn't get tossed to the wolves too soon.
Yeah, so we'll see. Apologies, people, if you were looking to learn a little more about these two, but we will learn a lot more on Saturday.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna guess Cap.
Yeah, well, let's go for the new blood.
Basically,
let's vote for Cap, people. Yeah. By the way, it's February 4th. Currently 8:51 p.m. I'm exhausted. Working heavy all week at the freaking warehouse.
Yeah, I feel it.
Good luck to you, Cap. After that, we got Marion the Belizean Bulldozer Renault versus Macy. I heard them say how to say her. Is it Chesson? Sorry, Macy. I even covered her on one of my old MMA pages, and she messaged me. So, what's up, Macy? I don't know how to say your last name. I'm just gonna call you Macy.
Yeah, it's always a better choice.
Yes. So Marion, she's number 10. Macy is number 12. This is in the bantamweight division, 135. This is actually primed to be a scrap. Do you know these fighters? What do you make of this?
I don't know these fighters, actually.
Yeah, so Macy, obviously she's been on my radar. Obviously, I covered her before. I seen her with her fight with Gina Mazzani. She finished her in 2 minutes of the first round.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Tough 28 with Whitaker and Gastelum. I didn't watch that one, but that was in 2018.
Yeah, that was during
Renault
during the hiatus.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh yeah, we were in and out of love, in out of love. But yeah, Renault, she's been around 3 years longer than Macy. She's kind of on that second wave of women's fighters coming into the UFC. Right. She looked really promising in her first 2 fights. She has a win over Jessica Andrade.
Oh, damn, nice. That's a positive.
Yeah, triangle choke in the first round, but that was 6 years ago. And then she lost to Holly, who was also on that second wave.
Yeah.
Right. That was that number one contender match, actually. And then, if she had won, she would have fought Rousey instead of Holly. She's 3-5-1, one draw since then, and she's turning 44 this year, Marion.
Ooh.
She's on a 3-fight losing skid. Seems to have lost a little bit of pep in her step. The question here is obviously, where do her ambitions lie? She's still trying to be a champion. She's just doing it because she loves fighting. She's doing it for a paycheck.
Is this the next card?
Did I skip
I
over
think you
one?
might have, because right now I'm seeing February 27th. Maybe it got
February
recently
27th.
rescheduled.
No, we're talking about Overeem versus Volkov, no?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm maybe Sherdog has it wrong, but I'm looking at her.
Oh yeah, look at it. Look, I'm looking at it right now. They mixed it up. Oh damn! Who we've been talking about then? Well, we got Michael.
Yeah,
Johnson,
no, we got all the
Clay
other
Guida.
fights correct. That's just the one. It seems like maybe they rescheduled it recently, and certain sites didn't update it yet.
Aha, okay. So here we go, people. A women's bantamweight bout between Marianne Renault and Macy Chesson was scheduled for this weekend. However, during the week leading up to the fight, Renault was pulled from the card after testing positive for COVID-19. She tested
Oh, that's
positive.
what it was. Usually what it
There you
is. That's
go.
that's definitely why.
Yeah, so they've moved it 3 weeks later at UFC Fight Night 186. So we'll break that down when that comes. Fast healing to Marianne.
Yep.
And moving on from there. So what do we got here on tap? That would be the co-main event then. Skipping on over. So we got number 2, Corey Sanhagen. This young prospect versus our old boy from New Jersey, Frankie
The
Edgar.
answer.
Man, what a living legend.
Yeah, he's still going.
It's hard to believe he's been competing the way he has in every division he has for like the last 14 years.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy. You ever see his resume?
Yeah,
This guy's incredible
it's
resume.
ridiculous. I mean, he's fallen on hard times lately. Not hard times. He's fought nothing but the best of the best for a decade. But
No doubt.
I mean, you talk about overall accomplishments in the UFC, and I mean, he's one of very few people, tied with Khabib and I think Benson Henderson for the most defenses at lightweight, right?
Yeah, exactly. Lightweight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, such a shark.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
it's
And
defend the title 3 times and then challenge the featherweight title 3 times?
yeah, and now he's down at
Yeah.
bantamweight doing his thing. Like, it's crazy. I love Frankie. Big love to you, Frankie.
He's definitely one of the all-time greats. By the time his career wraps up, he'll be. I would not be opposed in any way to putting his name up there with Silva and GSP and eventually Mighty Mouse, Fedor, things like that.
Yeah, he's got to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's the only reason he's not at this point is because he's still active.
Yeah, exactly. Soon as he retires,
literally the next card they're gonna surprise him. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, Dana White personally invited me to this UFC event live for no reason," and then they'll surprise him like they did Bisping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his losses, man. Looking at his resume, like, how can you be even disappointed about who you lost to? TKZ, Holloway, Ortega, Aldo twice, Benson Henderson in his prime twice. You can't even be sad about those losses. You just lost to the best of the best.
Literally, two divisions worth of the best fighters in the world.
Such a crazy career.
Dating all the way back to Gray Maynard, if his first not lost. No slouching names on that record.
Exactly. Yeah, so you mentioned Maynard. That's actually the first fight I saw seeing Frankie. I was still a casual fan back then, right? I used to live at the Shepherd house with Cam. I just watched them watch UFC, right? It was his third match, so it was such a awesome story they told in the trailers, right? How he had the first match with Maynard, he got beat, Yeah, the second match they got a draw, and this match seemed to be like for all the marbles, right? And when I watched the trailer, I was like, man, Gray Maynard is beast, man. I think he's gonna knock him out this time. And I had no idea, man. No one had any idea how tough Frankie was.
No. I mean, he was a dark horse at a time when, BJ Penn was the big thing.
Hmm. Yeah, and he beat BJ Penn
Yeah.
before that too.
3
Such
times.
a crazy story. So crazy, yo. That fight was definitely one of those fights that made me pay more attention to MMA, right? Like I grew as a fan. I watched more often. That was a big shout out to Frankie for that fight.
Definitely. Frankie is, like you said, living legend. I mean, he'll go down in the Hall of Fame record books for sure.
Hmm. But his opponent, right, Corey, new kid on the block. He's got that bounce back finish over Moraes. Everyone's seen that highlight, right? Spinning kick, finish with punches. Before that, he was subbed by Aljamain Sterling. He's trying to fight Peter Yan for the title right now. I keep saying Peter. It's Piotr. Sorry, Russians.
Yeah.
Piotr Yan.
I'm just going to say Peter. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Jan. You know what? That's even better. I'm going to say Jan.
Jan. But Corey, I don't know if you've seen the Moraes fight, but man, he's got good movement, right? Lots of feints, throws a lot of unorthodox strikes, switches stances a lot. In that battle with Moraes, it was basically a kicking fight, right? And Sanhagen finished him like really late in the first round. That was super crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, he comes from an Elevation fight team, right? And they have a lot of big names there, high quality training partners and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how do you see this fight playing out, man?
3 rounds. I think I'm going to go unanimous decision Edgar. I think he's experienced. His team is knowledgeable. They're going to understand the threats. I feel like 15 minutes is more than long enough for Frankie to, put the pedal down and impose his will.
Nice. I love it. Sometimes predictions are a battle of the heart and mind.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Fuck, man. So what my heart says, Frank, and I know I should be following my heart because sometimes, or a lot of the times lately, I've been burned for it. But my mind says Sanhagen.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think he's just too dynamic. I think he'll be able to keep Frankie at a distance. I love Frankie, man. I always want to see him fight, and I always want to see him win. This is a tough matchup, but I could be wrong, and I'd be proud to be proved wrong. Like with Chandler and Hooker, right? I thought Hooker was the perfect fighter for someone like Chandler to get stopped, and I was super wrong.
MMA math likes to just be a dick sometimes.
I know.
I mean, I'm going with my heart on this one. My heart says I want Frankie to succeed, and I mean, veteran versus prospect.
Yeah, so you got decision Frankie, right? I got decision Sanhagen. I don't think he'll be able to finish Frankie. Frankie's a tough guy, right? Like, not even Ortega with that beautiful uppercut finished him. That was more of a
it was a very, very timing, balance related thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not to discredit that. It's a big uppercut.
Yeah, Frankie was just trying to tie up, and Ortega was able to keep distance, take aim, and fire. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
So good luck to you, Frankie. From me, even though I'm voting against you, don't kill me. But yeah, good luck to him. And that one's going to be a good one. Young Lion versus Old Lion. Yeah. Before we move on to our main event, though, let's just reset the pod because we want to make sure the audio's in sync, people. All right, so I'll
okay, I'm going to take a quick BRB also.
All right, man. See you guys in a bit. What's up?
Right.
So we are back. What's up, everybody? We are going through our predictions. Oh shit, that was my phone. It's okay. We'll leave that in the recording. Keep it as natural as possible, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we go. Alistair Overeem versus Alexander Volkov, number 5 versus number 6. This is Hespect MMA. Hespectful Keith and Throb Lowe here to share our predictions. So, Alistair, man, this guy's been around.
Yeah, to say the least. I heard a thing earlier, or I saw a post earlier on one of the MMA pages that said his combat sports record spans 4 decades total.
Jesus
From
Christ.
89 to 21. Or 20. No, 99 to 20.
Yeah, so
21. Holy shit, 31 years. 21 years. 20 years.
yeah, 21 years.
99 to 21. That's insane.
He's the age of 40 now, and bro, okay, let's all take a minute to realize that this guy's been he's been through a lot. He's been through all the changes. Wink,
Yeah.
wink.
Yeah.
This guy came up in the Wild West days of MMA.
Yeah, he absolutely did. Back when Vitort was the the band to beat. No disrespect, but tell me I'm lying.
Oh man, that's when Overeem
Yeah, that's the
ruled the
Uberine
heavyweight
version.
division.
We thought that
Yeah.
was his final form, but little did we know.
Yeah, man, it's I think I put him up there with Dan Henderson. He's just got this unbelievable
Yeah.
endurance. Like
Yeah,
his
and
body's just
he's looked better and better lately. I mean, you'd think with the type of athleticism and frame and everything that he has that would be his primary asset, but lately it's been his mind, right? He's been fighting very intelligently.
exactly because he's had all the technique and he's had the
Yeah.
smarts. But because of how things were back in the day,
He had to
You know.
rely.
yeah, we know what we're talking about, people. We all know.
Wink, wink.
There's this funny quote I heard where it's like, everybody knows, we just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah,
No, I
it's
mean,
just a testament.
we just don't talk about it. The Diazes, they talk about it.
Yeah. It was so funny, man. But I miss Uberim, and yeah, it's just been impressive to see him be able to keep up even after all the changes he's been through as a fighter and athletically. He's been around for over 21 years, fighting nothing but the goddamn best. In Pride, right?
Yeah.
In Dream. This guy fought Bodier Hari. Okay, that's,
I mean, he's what, K1, I know K1, Dream, and Pride, he's a champion. Or was it Strikeforce? I'm not sure about those two. Which one? Maybe both. But
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
all
probably
those
right,
early
yeah.
promotions before, things got mingled into 2 major West promotions, 2 major East promotions, right?
Yeah.
He's
Strikeforce champion too.
yeah, like those old major promotions when MMA was really gaining a foothold on the world stage of sports. He was one of those names and has been one of those names. I mean, you can't think UFC heavyweight division without his name being in there somewhere.
Yeah, and when he came in, like he came in as Uberim. That was like over 10 years ago, I think, and that's when he fought Brock Lesnar, and everyone was like, "Holy shit, this
Yeah.
guy is serious."
Goddamn.
Yeah, but sadly enough, it seems like every time he got close to the belt or a contender fight, it's just came up short, right? That first time after the Lesnar fight, he fought Antonio Silva for the #1 contender bout.
Yeah.
Got KO'd. And then bounced back from that. Well, didn't bounce back right away. Lost to Travis Brown.
The Mir fight.
Yeah, the Mir fight, everyone thought maybe this Alistair isn't all what he seemed because of the performance.
Yeah.
And he kind of just like played top position and wrestled him out and got the W. And then a wild Ben Rothwell appeared.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have enough PPP for this move, Alistair.
That guy's just he's just a
never know. He's literally just like a paradise. You get his name on your contract, and you're like, do you want to fight him or do you want to roll a paradise to see if his number is bigger than yours?
Not much difference between the two.
He's such a wild card. You never know if that literal champion quality potential Ben Rothwell is going to show up, or if he's going to be the guy who's like waving his hands and winking at you in the octagon.
Yeah. Shout out to Ben Rothwell. I know we bashed you a lot, but you're awesome.
He's definitely one of my favorites. You're never not going to get what you're looking for with Ben Rothwell. He's always coming to bang regardless.
Just embrace your weird, sir. Just embrace it. Just embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then after that, Alistair went on that 4-win streak, right? Stephen Struve, Roy Nelson, that TK over Junior. Oh my God, I remember seeing that one live. Jesus Christ, was that a punch? Caught him like with the kind of that looping uppercut,
yeah,
and like just put his ass on the ground. Felt so bad for JDS. JDS, it's a fighter that it hurts to watch him lose.
He's one of my all-time fans. I love how he's been doing it for years, but whenever he speaks English and he's got that smile, I just get happy.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I feel it, man. I love it.
I love imitating him. I can't lie. Sorry, Junior. Not bad for a bad guy, eh? Or not bad for a good guy, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man, can't wait to see him fight. Wait, no, he didn't. He fight Gane. Oh yeah, Gane finished him.
Yeah. Still gained. Is it Gain?
Well, Anik's been saying Gane. I thought it was Gain.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Cyril it is then.
Yeah. But yeah, following that, he had that awesome TK over Arlovsky after that, right? The crane kick.
Yeah, definitely.
That one was epic. So movie.
I remember the surprise in Anik's voice that a guy that big threw that kick.
Yeah, man. Some Yoda Machida
and that's
shit.
A heavyweight doing that.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. More heavyweights need to kick.
Yeah, I mean, JDS threw one single spinning wheel kick in his entire career and got a knockout finish.
So crazy. Over the guy with the toughest chin, too.
Yeah.
Toughest chin. Yeah, but then that was his second title run, right? And then he ran into Stipe Miocic. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not something you want to run into. I mean, a wild man Rothwell is one thing, but
that was he did hurt Stipe. A lot of people, the meme of Stipe running at him. Well, Alistair's got his hand on the cage running away.
Yeah, that one that was long standing.
Yeah, he dropped Stipe and tried to submit him. And, no, he clearly felt the tap. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was another chance that kind of slipped away. He just Stipe put it on him and kept putting it on him, and then he just went to sleep. I remember the finish. I was just like, "Oh man, he's out! Oh man, he's out!" Because Stipe just like from the top, just, and then you could see kind of like in the replay, like Alistair was visibly rocked, and then that second one, he's just like his hands started dropping.
Yeah.
And oh man, it was brutal, hard to watch.
Yeah, most of the heavyweight knockouts are hard to watch. When it's a one-punch knockout, it's like, oh, but then when he's on the ground being pummeled by this near 300-pound monster.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like, oh God, he's already dead.
Yeah, and he's out. Yeah, he's out. He's out. Just stop it. Just stop. Stop it. You're killing him.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Man, all those fights through the years, and he had another tough loss to Blades, and we all thought, okay, maybe this is it, right?
Yeah. No,
Two
it's
in a
not it.
row, and it wasn't. He bounced back.
Yeah.
2 wins over Olenek Pavlovich.
Yeah, very intelligent striking on those wins.
And I think he was on his way to a title shot, maybe with another crazy win, but then Rosenstrike came out of nowhere.
I mean, evidence that the heavyweight division is just rolling the dice, because he literally did everything right for like 24 and a half minutes.
And then the end.
Yeah, and then, the exact same thing happened actually to Volkov with Derek Lewis. He did everything right. He won literally 14 and a half minutes of that fight, and then got finished in the last 20 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, he got Derek Lewis just threw his hand as high as he could. Right?
Yeah, the beast went beast, and he just
like a slam dunk, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He was like, you know what, fuck it.
It was so hard seeing Volkov's head snap back like that.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, as soon as it hit, not even when it hit, as soon as Derek threw it, and you can see that reach that Derek gets when he's really throwing it, right? I was like, oh, okay.
That was bad.
You see a whip back, and you're like, there's no man on the planet that could survive that whiplash.
But yeah, man, freaking Drago. He's I like him. I've been supporting him. I
absolutely like Alexander Volkov.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Derek Lewis was probably the first fight where I didn't want him to win when he joined the UFC, just because Lewis is he's a fan favorite.
Yeah, exactly. You always want him to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I did pick him to lose against Curtis Blades because that guy's just a takedown machine.
Yeah.
And he ragdolled him. Wasn't the most exciting performance, but he was just outclassed. And then he went on to beat up Walt Harris, just like Alistair. Poor Walt Harris.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out Walt Harris, all love. Hope you bounce back strong, or good luck in your future. I don't know what you're trying to do right now, but good luck to you.
Yeah.
And here we are. Got these two guys. They're facing off. Veteran Savvy versus, Drago, man. He is. It's a perfect nickname for him.
Yeah.
How do you see the fight playing out?
Man, this is probably the toughest call. I mean, Volkov, they're both very experienced, very well-rounded.
Yeah.
Volkov, he's obviously younger, but I don't know. It's so hard.
He's usually a tall fighter, but Alistair himself is quite tall. So.
Yeah, I mean, the big factors is that Alistair likes to box up when he comes under fire. And while he does have a very good guard, a good guard only does so much at heavyweight, right?
Yeah, it's bad when he gets driven back to the fence, right? And
that's
just hangs there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Covers up
and waits for an opportunity. And sometimes he can take 3, 4, 5, 6 punches while he's doing that, and any one of them could literally just buckle his legs or debilitate his body if it's a body shot or something, because you never know. And I mean, like in that Sakai fight, Overeem's last fight, they both gave each other some serious knees. I mean, any one of those could hit the wrong spot and just buckle you, right?
Yeah. He's got some good knees himself. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. But how tall is Volkov, right? 6'7", 6'4"?
Probably taller than that.
No, that's what it says here. 6'7" for Volkov, 6'4" for Overeem.
Yeah, but I'm saying like maybe the stats got it wrong.
Yeah, I mean he looks way taller than 6'7". I mean,
yeah, he holds his hands so low because he's used to fighting short guys, and when he blocks, he doesn't even bring it all the way up his arm.
Yeah,
just parries it around his shoulder, right? Because he can't even reach that high.
I'm awesome. Crossed between decision for Volkov or a TKO for Overeem. Because despite, the age and how large his record is and how long he's been doing it, Alistair is as intelligent as it gets at the heavyweight division.
Exactly.
And the only thing that has stopped him lately is, a random chance knockout, or obviously Curtis Blades, the most dominant wrestler at the moment.
Yeah, Curtis. I hope he's been getting better. He's got to get that striking.
Yeah,
up, he loves the takedown. He's admitted it, and everybody knows about it. So
I like Volkov, but I'm gonna pick Overeem by TKO early, second.
love it. I'm gonna go for the heart with this one as well, man. Overeem.
Yeah, there's so much heart on this card.
Hell yeah. So if we can go back to the Frank Mir bout, I think this is maybe that kind of thing, right? And you said, and everybody knows, Overeem is a very smart fighter, and he's on his final run, right? One final run. Everybody knows that, right? So I think maybe he's just gonna see, like, because Curtis kind of exposed Volkov's takedown defense, right?
Yeah.
You can wrestle him down. And Alistair, he's got wrestling, right? He doesn't prefer to do it. Maybe he'll get caught up in a firefight. But I think maybe there's something there. Maybe it'll be like when he fought Frank Mir. Maybe he'll just secure the W, right? Slide up the rankings a little more. Wait till that whole picture with Stipe, John, and Francis clears up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I'm not going to put a KO, TKO past it, obviously. But I think he's going to get the decision here because Volkov, he is tough. He's a tough guy. He ate that shot from Lewis. He's still conscious, right? But he didn't wear it too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And there's a few main factors in that, too. Like you were saying, those really tall guys, they're used to blocking low, and Alistair is an inch or two, maybe three taller than most heavyweights still.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to have to be punching too high for that.
Yeah, and he's got the striking, man.
Yeah, when
he wants to hit it, he's going to find a way.
His most recent fight, Sakai, he landed some very clean shots, and he weathered some very clean shots too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really did with Sakai. Sakai was trying to come after him.
Yeah,
I was very impressed with Alistair in that one.
This one uppercut where it was literally landed flush, and just like in the middle of a combo, it was like not a power uppercut, but it landed clean, and he just ate it so well. He didn't even eat it really. He just he punched him, but it like didn't have any effect really. I don't know what Alistair's been doing recently, but it's working. I think if he's ever going to make a title shot, this Volkov fight is the one to do. And after that, he may be, a Bisping type situation where the moment comes up and you're that name, or one more fight.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be a good angle for Overeem.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But that's assuming he can get past Volkov.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we'll bid him well wishes. Like, he's vet. You want him to be successful. No offense, Volkov. You got a little more time on your clock. Maybe you can come back later. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Volkov's got a lot of time left. He's got a lot of time left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see this weekend, people. That closes out our predictions for this weekend's card, though. And before we close things out, I want to take a little bit to hit you with some headline hot takes.
Oh, shit.
You heard me mention, or you got me texting you about this earlier. I think you remember, right?
Yep, probably.
Yeah, so I just want to get your hot takes on something. You can be as volatile as you want. This is it, people.
Fuck that guy.
Viewer.
Just kidding. I don't.
Viewer discretion is advised. But yeah, let's stir the pot here. So one silly thing that I caught in the MMA sphere is there's rumors swirling that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury might be held on a military boat.
That's random. I thought, why specifically a military boat?
I don't know, or maybe a boat.
About
Okay, so
a
the
yacht
rumor
or...
comes, yeah, the rumor comes from Brendan Schaub, so can't take it too seriously, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I was thinking, like, how funny would that be? Like, because the boat's gotta be moving,
Yeah, I mean, you
right?
literally need one of those, like, 3,000 passenger cruise ships vacated almost entirely just to not have the fighters feel any kind of sway of any kind, right? Or have some kind of like hydraulic pressure system. I don't know how boats work, but you got to keep that ring steady.
It has to be stabilized.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious to see how that would. Like, what if they just did it, and then you just see them like moving weird around the ring and shit?
Yeah.
They're just like bouncing around, like, oh fuck, why'd we say yes to this?
It's like turbulence or something.
I think that would favor Fury, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Like, a better
he definitely has better movement.
some shit out of a movie. Josh will be trying to plant his feet, moving with the boat. Oh fuck, fuck.
He'll
But
come
yeah.
up with every excuse in the book afterwards.
Oh come on,
Come on,
taking so long to get the fight get going. Anyways,
he has like 30 excuses.
not much room to hide now, though.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just ridiculous how many different stories you heard as to why he thought he lost the fight as opposed to just losing the fight.
I'm talking about Joshua though, not Wilder.
Oh, I was talking
about Wilder.
I was talking about Wilder. Yeah,
Yeah.
the excuses Wilder had
Wilder.
for not accepting the loss. He's like, well, I mean, Sean O'Malley didn't accept the loss very well, but he didn't have as many excuses. I mean, Wilder, everything from, he tainted my water somehow, or, the walkout gear was too heavy, even though he said he trained with 40-pound weight vests all the time.
It's incredible to hear he fired basically his whole team after that.
Yeah, that's
not taking the loss too well.
No.
Mm-hmm. So, second headline I want to hit you with. The UFC released 12 more fighters, and Carlos Antonio Jr. was one of them.
I actually saw that, and it was literally one of those do or die moments.
Yeah, I guess so. But what if Brad lost? I don't think they would have taken him out of the rankings, but I guess it's kind of like do or die, for Carlos.
Yeah, it definitely was.
He's still 30 years old, though. I mean, but 3-loss streak. Damn, what do you think he should go to sharpen his tools? Does he have potential to come back?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think he'd have to do something really special because in that fight, he definitely showed that, his striking is to the point where he can get to where he wants. But I mean, nowadays in the UFC, you almost need to be well-rounded enough to keep the fight where it wants as opposed to just being able to get it there.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, some kind of brash personality or so well a specialist that you're submitting dudes in 3 minutes every fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's not to take away from Tavares at all, right? He had awesome defense.
Yeah, definitely. Tavares showcased a very wide skill set that night.
Mm-hmm. So one mistake I made that we need to address. Macy Barber, not Aspen Ladd. She's still in running for becoming the youngest UFC champion.
Oh,
Remember
really?
we talked about that, I think an episode ago or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Aspen Ladd they shot up there. It's Macy Barber, who's sitting at rank 10 right now, I think. She's 22, I think, turning 23 this year. Jones was 23 and some change when he was champion. So I think what I read was she has 11 months left.
Okay, so she's got to fight 2 or 3 times this year in a very short period, and she needs that second or third fight to be a title.
And it's going to be against Valentina Shevchenko.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, let's just wait for the next big prospect because, I mean, I'm familiar with Macy Barber, and she is definitely a worthwhile prospect to put the name on or the title on, the prospect title.
Mm-hmm.
She's very good. She's growing quickly as far as I can tell, but I mean, you got 11 months to beat the best fighter on the planet, and you're entry level right now. I mean, 125 pounds, you almost literally need to fight someone who's, you know, already in the UFC pot, right? You're going to have to fight like an intro. Your next fight basically needs to be Angela Hill or Tisha Torres or something like that, right? You need a serious, yeah, exactly. You need someone with some name behind them, someone above you in the rankings. You need a really big stepping stone, and then after
it has
that,
to happen in the next 2 fights.
yeah. I mean, is she scheduled right now, Barber?
I think she was scheduled. I would have to look. Yeah, she is. I forgot the opponent though. Anyways, how do you think she matches up with Valentina?
Is that who she's scheduled with?
No, she's not against Valentina.
Oh man, she's scheduled against Alexa Grasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's beating Grasso.
Well, she's ranked. Grasso's ranked below her, but you think she's gonna stop Macy?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Grasso since she was at 115. She just recently moved to 125. I think she's like 5-6 fights deep into the UFC, but she's got very good striking, very clean, very fast, very technical. Okay. She's got a very good ground game too.
Awesome.
Yeah, good takedown defense. I mean, I think Barber is just not experienced as her, and Grasso just moved up to 125, and just like Andrade, she feels like she's got so much more strength and freedom to do what she wants as opposed to limiting her camp to the weight cut.
Okay, there you go. So another fighter moving up and feeling more replenished coming into the fight day.
Yeah. I mean, if Barber can do it, that's definitely a big stepping stone, because Grasso was, I think, at least on the ranked board for a couple of years at 115.
Okay. Awesome. And in terms of Valentina?
Neither of them will beat Valentina, not on their best day or Valentina's worst day. No disrespect. Yeah. Valentina is just
power.
Yeah, she is just one of the best fighters in the planet, period.
I was listening to one of these pods at work, and this dude was like talking about Caitlin Chukagian.
Oh yeah.
And their friend on the pod was just like, Caitlin Chukagian, she's not gonna beat Valentina no matter how hard she tries. And they're trying to like hype Caitlin up, like no, like she's saying like I feel like I'm gonna do better another time around. And he's like, no, I'm not even trying to hear that. He's like Irish. He's like, don't even tell me that, you can kiss my ass. And they're like, like, she's actually on the other line. We're gonna bring her in soon. Are you sure you want to say these things? He's like, you can't tell me that she's gonna beat her any day. No, not on her best day. She's never gonna be champion as long as you can bring her in.
Oh man, that's brutal.
But yeah, man, that's Valentina for you. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, she's literally just the best. There's no everything: strength, speed, reflexes, coordination, balance, takedown defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
even the jits.
Yeah, I mean, she's just so well-rounded and so good in every aspect that I don't see even a specialist who somehow manages to get it into their wheelhouse, keeping it there in it for any, considerate point of time.
Yeah, that's exactly with what happened with Jennifer Maia, right?
Yeah.
The only person that's been kind of able to implement it, obviously, is Nunes.
Yeah, I think Andrade, though. Andrade, in her interviews, she was saying this one time, how she feels like it's unfair to all the other girls at 125 pounds right now because of how strong she is in a move up in a division. She says she feels like a literal superhero. And I
Yeah,
think
125 is a good fit for her.
I think it was Chukagian, right? That she beat with a body shot.
I think
And it
so.
was
Yeah.
earlier on. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it was
She
the fourth
like
round thing where they're
she
gasping and
turned
breathing.
and she turned and it was like super painful.
Yeah,
And called it off right away.
yeah. I mean, I think Andrade, if anyone right now is gonna threaten Valentina, that's the one
Yeah.
that's gonna give us problems.
Yeah, because for someone like Valentina, you obviously need someone that can stop her.
Yeah,
You need someone with stopping power who
definitely.
can like either keep her down or stop her in her tracks. She's got awesome striking defense though, so
Yeah,
we'll have to see,
and
man.
I mean with
She has a win over Joanna, who also schooled Andrade. So
yeah, I mean, and it's hard to find a weakness in Valentina Shevchenko's offense, but
mhm.
I mean
She's
with
basically the Mighty Mouse
yeah,
of her
exactly,
division.
and it's more looking at Andrade's qualities as opposed to trying to find a weakness, and I think that that extra strength that Andrade feels like she has will play a big factor. I feel like she might be able to, outpower Nunez or not Nunez, Valentina the same way Nunez was able to.
Yeah, in a trilogy bout. I think Nunes, she has underrated wrestling to fall back on once she starts losing the standing exchanges.
Yeah,
Not a lot of people give her credit for
she
that.
did it against GDR.
Exactly, because GDR was winning the standing
Yeah,
exchanges, in my opinion.
yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, Nunes is intelligent. She did what she had to win. Yeah. Yeah. So finally, if we can dive into an alternate reality for a minute. If you are tasked to go back in time and help Conor McGregor, who would you have told him to fight instead of Poirier on his fight back?
This past week
Yeah.
for his comeback fight.
After the Cerrone win and having 2020 off.
Damn, that's a tough one. I
think the
mean,
Diaz trilogy should have
obviously,
happened sooner than later. No? Because, like, his relative inactivity, I think it kind of showed with Dustin Poirier, who's just been tearing through competition, like, year after year while Conor's been gone.
in hindsight, I think he should have just. That's tough. I mean, right now, after seeing the Dustin Poirier fight, it's hard to go back 2 weeks and pick another fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean,
Yeah, something that favors him.
Dustin Poirier has grown so much, and he's such an intelligent fighter. He stuck to the game plan. He did everything perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Conor did do his thing, right? He did land his shots. He did have Dustin almost out of it for a second there in the first round. But I mean, like, I think Justin Gaethje would have done the exact same thing. I think Justin Gaethje's leg kicks, his grappling along the cage and things like that. I think his striking could have done just as much damage as Poirier's. I don't think that would have been a good pick. I think Michael Chandler would have
Terrible pick.
Probably, not gone
After
his way.
seeing his performance with Hooker.
Yeah, I think it probably would have gone the same way. I mean, like before the Poirier fight, I picked Conor to win because I thought it was a stylistic match for him. But that was before knowing that Conor was coming in with I'm going to fight Pacquiao next mindset, and Dustin was coming in with I got to be the champion at any means necessary, right? I got to do this right.
And he came to fight.
So in this alternate universe, is Conor focusing on his opponent for 8 weeks, or is he focusing on boxing so he can fight Pacquiao next?
Boxing Pacquiao.
Okay, I think he's going to lose to everyone outside of the top 5. Or everyone in the top 5, because Poirier, Gaethje, and Chandler would probably do the exact same thing. And if he's looking for a boxing fight, at some point, Charles is going to get in or down, and Ferguson is just a wild card because 8 weeks.
Tony time.
Yeah, Tony time. You never doubt out Tony time. He's one of the best fighters to never hold the belt, right?
Hell yeah. So it goes back to the Nate Diaz trilogy. I think
Yeah, I think
that
that
he
would
should
be
have gone
his...
back for that because Nate Diaz is also a southpaw, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Bigger than Pacquiao, so I think he's bigger, longer. Either way, he would have gone whooped by Pacquiao. You know, he had the money in his eyes again. Come on, Connor.
yeah, and I mean, all this motivation speak. I mean, I get it, but the only real new addition to his game we've seen in how many years is those shoulder strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And while that is new and exciting and interesting, and there's definitely people implementing it in as little as time has passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Conor McGregor is still the same Conor that, ran through the featherweight division 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah, it goes back to what you were saying to me about what GSP said. Connor needs to. This is a critical moment for him.
Yeah, it's a turning point or not a turning point.
Yeah, he either needs to evolve or the competition's just gonna just get ahead of him.
Yeah.
Because when GSP got knocked out by Matt Serra, what happened to that? He learned how to wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. And jab.
I don't know.
You stay away from the one thing that's threatening you, right?
Yeah, the power punches.
Yeah.
Disrupt the rhythm.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Connor has the personality to like really say, all right, now I need to maybe think about grappling more. I don't know. I think maybe he needs to, maybe I'm wrong here, right? I'm not a coach or an expert, but I think he needs to implement some more grappling. Obviously he didn't have his kicks that he had in the first fight, right? He opened up their first fight with a check hook kick.
Yeah, weird stepping thing, right?
Yeah, and then a spinning back kick to the midsection, which was like obviously Dustin
just to gauge a reaction, to see which direction he'd move, just to see if he'd stand still and back his upper body, or like how he'd react, right?
Yeah. So with that being said, I've been wanting to ask you this question so badly. Do you think Connor's in danger of becoming the next Woodley? Has he fell in love with his moneymaker? I think Woodley also fell in love with his moneymaker. And it's just like they forgot about all the other things they had, right? Like, remember when Woodley TKO'd Condit with a leg kick? Made him blow out his own knee.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
he did a full 360 after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Fell down. It's hard. I mean, as much as Conor is good at what he's good at physically, I mean, obviously his reflexes and his hand-eye coordination are off the charts, right? And as far as a single shot, he's as strong, as fast as it gets. But, I mean, outside of the octagon, he has proven to be super intelligent in just about every aspect of the game. But we haven't seen that intelligence really implemented. And I don't know if it's him or his coaching or his ego or what. But I think if he doesn't come back in a big way for his next fight, then yeah, we're seeing, probably the peak of Conor's divisional position. He'll probably just stay relevant and keep being a top 5-10 fighter. Kind of like Don Cerrone, but less active.
Mm-hmm. Really a pivotal moment in his career. I mean, we'll have to see.
With every asset Conor has, if he could implement something new, I mean, it's like Woodley. I mean, he had everything he needed. All he had to do was just activity. That's all he had to do. Just a jab. He's so strong. He's so fast.
Yeah, some leg kicks.
He didn't even have to put power into it. Just make contact, right? You just need to touch him. And he'll feel the power, and he'll realize it's a threat, and that will make him not implement his game plan as fully as he wants to. It's the threat, sometimes is more threatening than the actual punch.
As they commonly say, you got to earn the respect of your opponent, right? Like, or else you got like Kevin Lee versus Charles Oliveira. Kevin never did anything. No disrespect to Kevin Lee, but he never offered anything that made Charles Oliveira stop pushing forward.
Yeah, exactly.
And Charles just ended up crumbling him, and he did the same to Tony. And if you don't earn the respect of your opponent, things are going to happen. And look what happened to Conor, right? He did give some stuff to offer to Dustin, but as soon as Dustin knew he was compromised, he did that torso twisting combination.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Conor, he defensively, he doesn't have much of a guard at all. I mean,
yeah, he does a lot of parries.
Yeah, he tries to parry and shoulder roll, but I mean, when things really start going bad, I mean, even elite strikers like Overeem or Lawler, they have a really good guard, right? When things get bad and they have to box up, they know how to do it and how to, bob and weave and pick their moment to get out. But I mean, most of Conor's moments like that is either cutting the cage or that one moment where he just kind of stumbled back against both Khabib and Nate, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he does have that tendency, like with Nate in the first and second fight, and with Poirier. Like when the pressure was turned on, he kind of like he got stuck on the fence, and he did try to find his moments, but
yeah,
obviously an onslaught was in his face, and he would take a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a difficult time. I mean, because most of his fights, aside from the one decision he's had with Diaz, have ended so early, and the way that one went, and even though it's boxing with Floyd, I mean, his gas tank is still in question, in my opinion. 25 minutes of constant fighting, he's, as far as I can tell, he's not going to go 25 minutes with Dustin or Khabib or Gaethje or Tony or Charles. He's not going 25 minutes with any of them. If Conor can't knock someone out in the first 2 or 3 rounds, I mean, unless he did some serious work in those 2 or 3 rounds, I think a split decision is all he can hope for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously we haven't really seen that since the Diaz fight, and that was how many years ago, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time,
so inactive.
Between that first and second round with Poirier, you could almost see the difference. It's just 1 round difference, and you could see that Conor didn't have that pop in him anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, also the leg kicks really added.
Yeah, that definitely did. That's definitely a factor for why his shots didn't hit as hard. But I mean, it's difficult to tell when his fights haven't gone very far. I mean, looking over, aside from Khabib and Nate, no one's ever gotten past the second round. I mean, Max. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Yeah, well, he blew his knee out in that one.
Yeah.
But I totally hear you. Maybe he just needs some more time in the actual octagon.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too. It's activity. You can train and you can train and you can train, but you always know you can stop. You always know you can put your hands up in a T and, take a break or something, or you can always know that you're not trying to injure each other. So if someone looks dazed, you stop, right? It's different from actually being in there. And I think the active experience, or the lack of for Conor is definitely one of the things that has kind of contributed to his recent losses.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is it for now, people. It is 9:51, and I am going to bed soon.
Yep.
This is Hespect MMA, Hespectful Keith and Throb Lowe. That's our predictions, and I hope you had some fun with our hot takes and discussing the fallout of Conor McGregor.
Hot takes, that's a good one. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I then decided to throw that in as a filler, because we had an empty weekend this past weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks once again for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. The next card is UFC 258, Usman versus Burns. Love that. Been waiting for that one. We'll see you again maybe on the 11th or 12th. We're already a little behind on this one today, people. So see you. This will be up on Friday. But yeah, there you go. Thank you, Throb Lowe.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. That is it for this episode. We are out.
Peace.
Peace, man. Hespect. Hey, thank you so much for listening in on today's episode of the Hespect MMA podcast. If you'd like to connect with me and discuss your own responses over anything MMA related, come follow my Instagram or Twitter at Hespect MMA Pod. And for those of you listening in via YouTube, remember to hit that like and subscribe button to show some continued love and support. Appreciation to you, and tune on in the next episode. Much Hespect.